In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 4 greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
We're back!
Welcome everybody once again. It is Spinner Rack, and this is going to be one of the best Collectors episode ever. You know why? We're talking about one of the best, exciting movies we have seen all year long.
Enough!
BVS Batman versus
The movie
Superman.
sucks. The movie sucks.
He's got a plan, America. America has a plan.
You with me right over here?
Once
The
again,
movie sucks.
once again,
All right, wait.
You don't need to go any further.
Once again,
okay? We
I'm
want you
gonna-
with us,
Get
but
him
you
outta
don't
here.
have to go further.
Okay.
This movie
Cal, you're
sucks.
out.
Once again,
Cal, you're
Get
out of
two
here,
big
man.
elephantitis testicles.
Okay. We got D-Man here.
D-Man.
We got P-Money.
gonna be
And once
calm.
again, we got the BVS hater over here. Okay? I just want to set it up. Ladies and gentlemen, and you can decide whichever is which. Okay? Who here
No. He's
does not believe
He's too amped up.
that this movie broke
Me! I
all
don't believe
kind
it.
of records?
The movie sucks.
Okay?
What you talking
The
about?
movie
That's not
sucks.
something to believe.
Wait.
It broke all kind of records. And here's the first record it broke. For the...
Oh, wait. No.
Hey,
You're
man.
going too crazy.
All right. No.
Hold on.
It's the first record it broke. This movie is the sharpest drop of any superhero movie ever. In 4
Ever.
days'
It's the
time,
biggest-
it went
I
down
tried.
50,
Can we-
60, 70%. That's
biggest-
the first record
Wait.
it broke.
Wait.
what's going on?
Let's just
Biggest
talk about the
earner ever.
movie.
And the biggest dropper.
I don't know what's going
the
on.
biggest earner.
I don't know what's going on.
Blew every
Biggest
camera
earner,
up.
biggest
You know,
I don't know what's going on.
You know
Oh
what I'm trying to
no,
say?
the
You
spirit
know what that's
of
called? That's called the
demons
wash. And we went to wash
I don't know
it.
what's going on.
It's called a donut. It's
This
called
guy
a
that's
zero.
moderating.
It's
That's
not happening.
moderating.
It's going to be one
Take
of the
control of the show.
All right,
Moderating.
back, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to this again.
My notes.
All right, so I'm going to offer P Money his.
You're out of your mind. You're gonna talk that nonsense and then I'm gonna offer him something? No.
You
It's
said
the
that
biggest
thing
one.
right
It's the biggest one. It had no. You're trying to play that BVS Kool-Aid nonsense. It had the biggest drop
All right.
of
He
any
said it. He said
superhero
it.
film.
All right, all right,
Opening
all right.
of superhero film.
And the biggest drop.
Zack Snyder,
And the biggest
you
drop.
did it, baby.
I still got
You
my
brought it
notes.
up. Big it up.
My notes, people.
Booyaka!
Just wait.
I can't even remember what the movie was now.
I can tell you what the movie was.
Okay, look.
All right, no, all right.
Try to-
Let's talk about this movie for a second.
Carrot in the
No,
sphincter
stop
of the world.
Stop it.
I'd like to.
Stop. Lord.
Just think carefully.
All right. So I was watching the movie and it opened up, and it's replaying the parents' death, and then I hit a scene that was a deal breaker, which was he falls into the cave
Okay.
and then the bats
Float them up to the.
I was like, that's ridiculous.
That's like what, 6
But
minutes
he
in?
said it was
That's
a
6
dream. He
minutes.
said it was a dream, though. He says it's a dream. That was his dream.
Okay.
There's a lot of dreams in this movie, but that was
Yeah,
one of
that's
them.
the other problem.
That was
Wait,
one of them.
How can it be a deal breaker 6 minutes into a movie? I mean, you're not even
It was
giving the movie a chance.
ridiculous.
First, I think the
But it
first,
wasn't literal. That was a dream.
Right, but I think the first thing you need to
It was a
understand.
bad dream.
I think the problem is that
From
you
a
guys are
bad
looking at it from
story.
the wrong
Just
perspective.
saying.
bad
He's
film.
saying
You're
that was
looking
a
at it from
dream.
the wrong perspective. This is
What
not
perspective?
a Superman film.
Stop.
It says Batman. This is a Batman film.
Okay.
Superman is in the
Hey, Mario, Mario.
Oh God.
Take
Why
your
don't you
lips.
ask him to rate the movie? Ask him if he likes it and what did he give it this rating. Can you do that? Can we get our rating and then we can get into
I'm not going to ask him
specific-
because he's already said 6 minutes in he didn't like the movie. So
Okay,
how can
so
I ask him?
no.
I would ask him, Petey, can you rate this movie, please?
What? 1 out of 5?
1 out of 5, 1 out of 10.
I
A,
would
B,
say-
C, doesn't matter.
I'd say 1 out of 1.
No, say I would give it a D.
But you said 1 out of 5. How you get D?
He's going to A. He's going
No,
to
we're
the
doing
rating.
one- no, we're
Oh,
doing-
he's doing the
we're
rating. It
going
doesn't matter. You
1.5.
you understand what the D is.
I go 1.5.
1.5.
I say it was more watchable than Man of Steel. It didn't, but that is not helping it. It was
What?
terrible. I think some of the fight part was okay, but then,
Fight was rubbish.
but
Which
otherwise,
fight? Which fight?
All of them.
What do you mean all of them?
Every single
Because
I'm
one.
still
Superman got
waiting.
his butt
I'm
waxed?
still waiting. I got my
Okay.
notes.
So-
I got my notes.
ready?
I'm still waiting.
You ready for this?
I want to hear what D-Man
Are you
wants to-
ready?
Let me hear what
I'm
D-Man
still
no,
Pass
you
it over
already
here.
went. He already went. He's
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
keep
do it.
on going.
No,
D-Man,
you're not. No.
Try to stop it.
I still got my notes.
Okay.
I still got my notes.
So I gave
No,
it
no,
a D.
I want
I
your
gave it a
notes.
1.5, and man, at the end of the day, only thing I enjoyed was some of the Wonder Woman stuff.
What?
Okay.
Wow!
That's all I enjoyed.
Wait a second. The Wonder Woman thing is huge because you
That's
were
the
a
only
big.
thing that-
You were big. Oh,
You're
this is
right.
the woman.
We
The
did
thing
say
there
that,
was
we did say
terrible.
that, we did
So
say
you
that.
turned on the Wonder Woman idea.
Those scenes, they didn't have her doing too much, and then when she showed up and she had the lasso, that was real. When she had the lasso around
Wow,
Doomsday,
that's huge.
I'm
that
still 50-50
was-
That's all
on
it
Wonder
takes,
Woman.
right?
That's
Just
all
show a little leg and you're good. Okay.
She's
That's
That's
huge.
huge.
I'm still 50-50 on Wonder
That's
Woman.
huge.
That's
D-Man.
what I-
That you changed on the thing there.
Yeah,
What do
that's
you-
what I got.
Okay, so
we-
I'm
can
gonna
you
do. I'm
apologize?
gonna give my rating.
1 to 1.
I'm gonna give my rating from an A to F, right? Right? A
I
to
know we're
F.
doing 1 to 5.
You asked for the 1 to 5. I'm doing A to F. Okay, you understand. So anyway, I saw this movie 4 times already, people. 4 times.
Oh, that means you're into it.
Whoa. Okay,
means you like
this
it.
is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say about the movie. I'm going to give this movie.
A tour de force.
I'm going to give this movie a solid B minus.
B
A
minus.
B minus. No, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you
fine.
why I give this a B minus. Now, this movie had so much wrong with it, so much wrong with it. But as far as entertainment quality is concerned, it entertained me, and I'll tell you why it entertained me. There were elements of it that was unexpected. Story-wise, this movie had ridiculous, terrible points to this thing. But as far as entertainment, I could watch it for pure entertainment and
So,
was enjoyed.
All 4
entertainment.
times you were entertained. You
All 4
watching
times
it
I was
like,
entertained.
Oh, it's even better the last time I watched it.
Put it this way, I think when history repeats this movie,
no,
when
don't say that.
people look back on this movie, unlike Star Wars they're gonna look at as crap. This one they're gonna look at as it wasn't as bad. That's how I see this movie.
But I also feel it didn't have
That's
a
how they
middle.
look at
It's
it
not
now.
as bad.
That's how they're looking at it now.
No. There's just
Yeah,
polar.
people-
There's just
people
polar
know-
cuts
people
on
know-
it.
No.
There's people that say I've seen. They say they like it, and there are people that are saying that they hate it. And there are few voices, very few
Yes.
voices that I've seen
Well, they're
heard
growing.
that say that it's not as bad. Now Eisenberg became the Joker at the end. I don't know why he became an insane criminal. I don't know what that was about.
I know.
Can anybody explain
Was
to
he
me?
any good in the? He wasn't
Not at all.
So
Like-
I was like,
doesn't
but the whole point is that
But
he
his plan
became
was good, though. His plan was good.
What? Excuse
I don't
me.
even
That's
know
what I was
if
going to
it
say.
was a plan.
What was his objective? Please
Yeah.
enlighten me,
Yeah.
Mr. Mario.
Yeah.
What was this guy's objective?
Go.
I agree with you. I don't know what the objective is.
Yeah, that's my point.
But I like the
Back
plan,
up.
though.
What was the
The
plan?
plan was to get Batman to fight Superman because
For what
Superman
purpose?
For the title.
And he won. The Universal Champion of DC.
No, listen.
is
The
Batman.
reason why he wanted to fight Batman because Batman broke in and stole the what you call it, the kryptonite. Okay, so that's why he wanted Superman. Now, why did he want to get rid of Superman? Talk to me.
I mean, the point that they said in the movie that no one should have all that strength, but it's kind of whack.
No. Listen,
because
I'm going to
you
explain
have the whole
something to you. I'm going to explain something to you. At the end, remember, Eisenberg is in the jail cell going, the bells, because he's talking about the Omega sign for Darkseid. Now, remember, as he talked to the senator, he was talking about, we should have something to protect the Earth, right? He was talking about the kryptonite to protect the Earth from all these metahumans, right? That's already developed. Now, if Darkseid is coming, and he knows Darkseid has already seen the Earth, and he said he's coming, why would you get rid of the people, the only people that can protect the Earth, if that's your goal?
Dude, I understand.
I'm just saying. I'm just letting
That
you
is
know
one
this is a
truck.
hole in the
That
movie
is
for me.
one truck
I'm just
that I
saying.
can't stop.
I'm just
You know,
saying.
let that boy-
I
let that
just
boy
said
go.
to you. I said,
One
well,
truck.
One truck.
I just said to my. Oh, there's a whole lot of trucks in
bunch of
this.
trucks.
There's a whole bunch of trucks.
It's a cavalcade.
But
It's terrible.
But why did people come to see the movie? People came to see this movie because they wanted to
Don't
see.
go meta on me now,
No, they,
man.
But that's what he does.
people wanted to see the movie because people wanted to see
God.
Superman get his butt waxed. All right. Remember, this is a Batman universe. Superman's just flying around in it.
Here's
All right?
Yeah, whatever.
Here's my thing. Zack Snyder, to me, is good when he has something solid to follow. 300. He has something that he has to follow. He can't deviate. He's good with that. Watchmen, not a bad rendition, not a bad interpretation because after I saw the ending, took me a few views. I liked his interpretation, but he had to follow it. But it wasn't a bad movie.
Didn't like the ending though.
Not at first, but he had to follow that script. When he's out on his own, creating his own, I can go with Sucker Punch,
Yeah.
the Owl movie. I can go with Man of Steel. I can go with this one. This guy is all over the place, man.
Yeah.
This guy
That's
has
a
no
big issue, yes.
direction. Yo,
Yeah.
this guy's all over. I'm sorry,
And it's
dude.
not like he doesn't have a script. He has a script. He's
He
not
wrote
making
this-
this.
isn't
He's
he
not
right-
making this up whole cloth.
Yeah.
He just doesn't follow it.
I don't know what he's following because he's trying to shoehorn Dark Knight into this movie. Then at the end, he tries to shoehorn the death of Superman in this, and
That
anything
is,
and everything
like,
in
why?
between is just like, yo, he's trying to get dialogue from Dark Knight in here,
Yeah.
and then the reasoning for it in here, and I'm like, it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
The reasoning for these guys don't work, and of course. Everybody knows about this Martha ending, and the Martha thing at the end, of course, which he set up in the beginning with the father dying with Martha, right? That's supposed to he's supposed to leave you with that, so it becomes evident towards the end, right? It became cartoonish at the end because that was like kids saying, okay, these guys, oh my God, what's gonna stop these guys from fighting? Oh, my mother's name is Martha. It's like so cartoonish. I'm like, this guy was literally going to pierce this dude with a kryptonite spear. I'm going to javelin this dude. I'm going to impale this dude, and all of a sudden, Martha is what stops this guy.
Why not?
So wait a
every type of trigger can happen.
1%. This guy said if we have to believe this guy is 1% of the problem, we got to consider it as 100%. So this 1% of Martha is going to stop this guy from completing his job.
Yo, he still has that mama.
Nah,
complex,
man.
you know what I'm trying to say?
Nah. Come on. The story was crazy. Son.
You know what?
Crazy.
I'm gonna have to pass the
story
ball
was
over to
crazy.
Cal.
Yeah.
I'm
The
passing
story
the
was
ball back
crazy,
to Cal.
son.
Yeah. Just sit back.
This story was crazy, son. Like I said,
I've been waiting for your sweet and sour.
yo, explain to me this one. Explain to me Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg with his over-the-top thing there, and he's talking to the guy about access to the Kryptonian, and he takes out what's it called, a Jolly Rancher, and puts it in his mouth,
yeah.
and he's like, oh yes, it's cherry. Here.
We're not talking about Lex Luthor.
I'm like, what is this? I was like, what just happened here?
Zack Snyder.
I was like, what just happened here?
If you want to,
You can't even blame Jesse Eisenberg for that. That was
if
Zack
you want
Snyder.
to, if
That's
you want
his
to bring up
direction.
ridiculous points about the
I
movie,
don't understand
let's
what
get
that
some-
part of the
let's
script
find
that.
some- let's find
How does that advance
let's-
character?
let's-
How did that advance character?
let's-
Hold on, Jolly Rancher. Here, let me put it.
Let's find somebody who
It's
can
cherry.
come with some serious
good.
arguments. Cal,
What
I'm
do you-
bringing the ball over to you.
The movie sucked from the opening and it sucked at the end. It started with the funeral, it ended with the funeral. This guy thinks symbolism is something like a baseball bat and you're taking it to someone's head. It's supposed to be nuanced. Okay, you have to respect your audience that they're intelligent enough to get it when you put it out there that they'll be able to see it without forcing it down their bloody throats. It was just bad. The first half an hour I watched it, I said, you know what? It's not that bad. It's just boring. Then we went 31 minutes, and it proceeded to just blow up and get horrible from there on in. I said, it's lurching from scene to scene. When I say lurching, lurch from scene to scene. There is nothing graceful about this film, with the exception of the shots he sets up. Look at that scene where he does which was totally unnecessary. You could actually take out every scene with Clark Kent in this film, and it would mean nothing.
That's
It would
the
mean
bigger
nothing to
issue,
this film if you
yes.
took it out. He gives us
say
that
a
opening
word.
shot.
Batman Universe,
Don't you say
baby.
a
Batman
word.
Universe.
Yeah. He gives us that opening scene, okay, with the Waynes dying, okay? Again, nothing wrong with the visual. It's just totally unnecessary. We don't need to see it.
They
and
all
then
start off
he
that
can't
way.
restrain himself. He self-indulges. Now we got to go. We want all the stuff from the Dark Knight that he thinks is cool. I'm going to throw this and throw this. So he has to find the hole. Then he's going to find, and then of course he's going to magically be risen up by these bats in his dream. The same way that the dirt rises up off of Superman's coffin at the end. And then he's going to call that book ending. He's going to call that symbolism. No, dude, you're smashing people's heads in. Tell a damn story. Can you do that? Case in point, big fight between Superman and Doomsday. Superman has Doomsday. He's flying him off the planet. Why do they shoot a nuclear weapon at him when he's flying Doomsday off the planet? He's
trick
taking the
ending.
problem
Trick
away.
ending.
Get two
Trick
aliens
ending.
at once.
Trick ending.
No,
Almost died. and
because
then-
if we don't hit him with the nuke, we can't have that scene from the Dark
Dark
Knight
Knight, right?
Returns.
That's right. That's all that was. Play
And if
into that.
Doomsday doesn't come back to Earth, which it didn't make any sense for him to come back to Earth, why? Because Superman got hit with the nuke, he was still in space. For some reason, Doomsday fell back to Earth in exactly the same area of a road. Even though this place is spinning, Doomsday span with it and fell. They weren't in geosynchronous orbit or anything of that nature. So Superman who can fly is still up there.
Suspension of disbelief.
Yeah, that one I'm gonna say suspension.
No,
This was-
I don't
yeah,
go
yeah.
for
I'm trying to say.
it. Couldn't go for it because I said, no. One, you're shooting these guys with you're shooting them with the nuke, and he's bringing the problem away.
I agree with
that.
that.
Didn't make any sense. 2, Superman saves the nuke. He's like, okay, let me hit. I was like, why are you doing it? Avoid the nuke. You're taking care of the problem.
At this point, he doesn't know.
Why are you cutting me off, dude?
I'm just trying to make a point.
You've got the problem. Once he's in space, this dude can't fly. What's he gonna leap to? Nothing. So he brings it back
Make
to
sure,
the nuke.
baby.
Then this guy, the nuke hits. I can understand if both of them fall back to the planet. Okay, one guy falls back to the planet because we have to have that scene of him
Dark Knight,
regenerating.
yeah.
He self-indulges. He doesn't know any restraint. He was like, I want to have all the cool moments. I want
He
all
does.
the toys for myself.
Yeah, I
okay,
agree.
I want to make certain I do it first. That's why I'm going to do the death scene. I'm going to fall here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that.
Yeah,
because
I
this
agree with
dude
that.
cannot stop himself from self-indulging.
I agree with that.
He even wants to do the whole funeral for the friend.
Yeah.
So what does he do? 2 funerals. One for Clark Kent, and they see the body. So how the hell is he coming back in the next
I
one?
was saying the same thing. I was like, why
How
did
is Clark coming
why
back?
did they have in the paper and Bugle's own? I was like, so Clark Kent is dead. You can't even resurrect this guy back.
Yeah.
So you gonna kill off that character?
Yeah.
I was like, holy moly!
And it didn't matter because Clark Kent meant nothing to this story. He's
That's
walking
the
up a
biggest
mountain.
issue, yeah.
He magically produces his father because he's going crazy or what have you. His father proceeds to give him more bad advice.
Yeah, that's
More bad advice.
Yeah, I couldn't understand. I
forgot
couldn't
about that
understand.
scene.
Not even that one. That not because that one was weird to me because he was just with Lois Lane in his costume. He flies off. The next time you see him, he's wearing regular clothes on the mountain. I was like, well, nobody's out here. Why would you need to wear regular clothes, Superman?
Because of the product placement.
like-
Okay? They had to make that money back. So
I
we
was
gotta
like-
see some logo on something or other. That's the only thing I could think
Well,
of.
put it on the dead. Well, put it on dead.
Oh, no, dude.
Wait.
You're gonna sit there and suck it. Because your character over there, Batman is a bloody murderer.
Whoa.
He's a
Hold
murderer.
on a second. That's the thing. I got questions. I got questions.
Hold on.
I got questions.
No, one more Superman thing here. One
Okay.
more. Superman is a dour, depressing, okay, totally uninspiring character, and this is what Zack Snyder believes he needs to bring to the people. It's like, okay, I had to break Superman to build him back up. You didn't build anything back up. You broke the brand, and you left him there. And then you're saying, though, finally, when he does something that is even close to being Superman-like, he's dead. After you just showed him being hit with a nuke, and that couldn't take him out, but he can get stabbed through. That's going to take him out. He's not going to regenerate from
Kryptonite.
that.
Man, I thought Doomsday was just too big.
Yep.
Straight. I was like, there
He
was
was a
just
cave
too,
troll.
It was just too much. It was too much. What you call it?
He was a cave troll.
It was too much special effects light show. I thought I was watching a video game.
It was
I was like,
wasting money.
what is
Wasting a
all
ton
of
of
this
money.
light show? I don't even get this part of this movie here. Anyway, but there was some bright moments in this movie that I enjoyed. I enjoyed. But here's my question.
we got-
I want to hear bright moments first. before
Oh,
we
No,
go to the
I
question.
don't need to hear it. Let's go to the question.
There were some bright moments. There were some bright moments, but I got some
Yeah,
questions.
that nuclear
No, I-
explosion.
I got
Yeah,
some
that's pretty
questions
bright.
for the two crew
Well,
here.
why are you doing that? I got one. The other issue when he has the what's
camera?
that? No, not the camera. No, I have the issue with that other flashback where he has the whole dream sequence and then that character
Dream sequence, yeah.
Flash comes from the future. and
That's supposed to be
tells
the
him-
Flash.
That's the Flash,
Yeah,
my
that was
brother.
the Flash. But the whole point
my
about
God,
he's
that was
dreaming.
terrible. That
Why
was
is Bruce
terrible.
Wayne dreaming on this?
That was not
I don't
the
get
Flash.
why.
It's
That's
the
what
Flash.
he
It has to be the
That was
Flash.
you,
You want to
wasn't
see the
it?
Flash? He's on the CW. Tuesday nights.
But isn't
That's
the
the
same-
Flash.
I think one
That
of
was not
the
the Flash.
coolest
What does
moments.
he
I think
say,
one of the
though?
coolest moments of seeing the other part of the Justice League was Aquaman. I thought Aquaman's scene was straight out coolness.
15
I'm sorry.
seconds of holding his breath.
But it was straight out cool though,
Blub,
man.
blub, blub, blub.
With the reflective eyes, and then all of a sudden this, and then yo, man, I'm sorry. I thought that shit was cool.
That's cool.
Sorry.
But let's go to this thing.
When do I watch-
I got questions.
I need to understand this thing.
Okay.
He's telling him, is that a dream for that, or is that dark side saying? Because he's telling
He
him
saw a
that
possible future.
but he's saying he
But
needs
why
to follow
is
through
why?
on Superman.
But why is Bruce Wayne dreaming? Talk to me about why Bruce Wayne is having
Because
these dreams.
he's the leader. This is the
Come on.
Batman universe.
What about his
And
world
that was a deal
causes
breaker.
him to dream?
That was another deal
and
breaker.
especially
I was done.
how does time travel affect dreams?
We don't know. Those are type of things. That
Oh,
can
come on,
always change.
dude.
Suspect
Nah.
disbelief.
I think
That's what
any
I'm saying.
character
He
in there
just answered your question. He
I
says we don't know. That's your answer.
I think any character in there that should have any connection to Darkseid in dreams would have been, to me, Wonder Woman. I mean, you got the whole God thing, and they're the new gods. If there is going to be any connection to Darkseid dark side, to me, comes from Wonder Woman's side.
She's not
To
in
me,
it
look,
long
it was
enough to do
self-evident
that.
because-
But I'm saying that
Yeah,
why is
no,
Darkseid having these
Because
dreams?
you know what? It was
Because she
self-evident.
can't
I mean, Darkseid. I mean, why is Batman having these
Look, it's
dreams?
self-evident. As leader of the Justice League, Batman will be the leader of the Justice League.
Oh, God.
They had to reach out to somebody who can get everybody together. Remember, he has that chip, which he has Aquaman, Wonder Woman,
He's
Cyborg.
getting everybody together by trying to kill Superman.
He didn't kill him, did he? At the very end, did he?
I said try.
No, but he didn't. At
He
the
was
very
getting
end.
mad enough to. How
Which
do
gets-
you know
which
that
gets to-
name?
which gets to
How
my-
do you
which
know
gets
that
to my
name?
question.
What
Gets
kind
to
of
my-
detective was
Which
Batman?
gets to my
He was
question.
a detective.
Here is one of my questions.
Bite your tongue.
Okay, here's one of my questions.
Here we
This
go.
goes
This is
to
gonna be the
Cal.
hard part, everybody.
No, this is not going to be the hard part. These are easy
We've been
questions.
worrying about this
Now,
all week.
I had taken a look back. I had to take a look back at a previous episodes, people, and I remember somebody talking about.
Wonder Woman?
Listen, I remember somebody talking about what you call it, scripts being released online. And one of the things Cal said is that he read the script, he
Yep.
knows what it was about, and he said that there are going to be what you call it, Superman is mind control. Matter of fact, here's my actual question: did reading the so-called, I have to go so-called, online release screenplay reveal the actual story that was delivered in BVS?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So the script that you read,
The deviations from that online script,
Okay.
are minor in comparison to what you see in terms of the overall story. It follows it just about beat for beat with some tweaks and changes here.
one of the things you said is that Superman was mind controlled.
Yeah.
Was Superman mind controlled in BVS?
No, he wasn't.
That's a pretty
Okay,
big
that's
change.
that's a
big change.
slight. That's huge.
Yeah.
And what are these slight deviations? Because I never read the script.
Mind control in the online script could easily just be, hey, instead of Lex Luthor mind controlling him, he just coerces him with Lois Lane and with his mom. The whole idea is
That
that
was
he's
a
doing
quick
something.
jump.
He's not doing it because he wants to. He's doing it because somebody
There's
else
no
is
part
forcing
in
him
that
to.
movie that Superman is not doing anything he's not wanting to do.
I'm not
There
gonna
is
hem
no
I'm not gonna hem and hard. Okay, that online script is more like 99% of exactly what we saw in the film. You can take a piece here, and we can definitely argue about it. But the other 90, hey, look, if there's a
Oh no! If you say
99%
it's 90, if you say it's 90,
Go back to
most
it.
hey, I never read it. But
What's your second question?
okay, here's my second question.
That's
now,
not for me? Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, this one is for you.
Here we go.
So, in Dark Knight, Petey,
Yes.
in Dark Knight, you were not pleased with. This is when we had our conversation.
Oh, not
online.
the- not
hold
the-
on.
Oh, Lord,
In Dark Knight,
Dark Knight will
Oh,
never
I
Hold on.
knew it. I knew you was setting me up. I
Hold
knew
on.
it.
Can I ask a question, sir?
Run,
Be
Pete.
careful.
In
Run, Pete.
in Dark
Right
Knight,
there.
Man up.
you were not pleased with Batman not killing the Joker, right? You were not pleased with that, not killing the Joker because of Joker's extreme nature, right?
Yeah.
Right. After seeing BVS, are you okay with Batman killing as part of his MO?
With the scene where he says
Batman kills in this movie. That's his MO. He kills.
That's what happens.
Okay? Are you okay with this as part of Batman's MO?
Not regularly, but it's gonna
Why
happen.
not? I'm curious. Why are you not
No,
pleased
I'm
with
not.
this?
I'm not really into when you get into playing up a character killing or not killing. You sort of waste time. I feel that they waste time trying to prove, like in the Dark Knight movie,
Okay.
where the Joker has two boats of people about to explode, and Batman's doing all this stuff to save. It's like a waste of time. These guys are cannon fodder. I don't need to see him kill. I just don't need to see him spend time saying someone else figuring out that he won't kill. I don't think they should do that in the stories, but I don't want to see.
It was part of the plot in Dark Knight. It wasn't something trite or
What?
washed over. That aspect of Batman not killing is a major plot point through the movie
What-
of Dark Knight, the Dark Knight. It's a major plot line
But I
that
think it wasted time for me.
pushes the movie forward, especially Joker's interaction with Batman. It's major.
In that one, because they had the scene where he has a truck, right?
Which is storytelling, by the way. Go ahead.
We had in the scene of the Dark Knight movie where he has a truck and he has a truck flip over.
Okay.
That scene, even though you said people can survive a truck crash or truck flipping over, that is not caring for life. Having that truck flip over.
Okay.
He doesn't care if Joker lives or dies. The Joker comes out of it. Maybe he is crazy, but he comes out and he's like, "Oh, he won't kill me. Let me just walk down the street." Then Batman, of course, is like, "Nope, I can't actually kill him. I could something else. The car crash can kill him, but I can't do it directly." And then Joker's in jail and he's like beating the hell out of him, but he knows, you know what? I got beat up, but he's not gonna kill me. And he's like, "That's how do you come to that when someone's pummeling? I pummel you I beat you to a bloody pulp, and you come up, oh, I'm still alive. He won't kill me. He has this thing of honor. How would you know that?
It's in the
Because
script.
he's
But
not.
you know that.
No,
He's in the script.
No, it's still alive.
It doesn't make sense.
No, that was funny. He's like, it's in the script.
I'm just
Because
saying.
he read the script. It's in the script.
I'm just saying
That's
that
pretty
for
funny.
me, like I can see with Daredevil, they waste too much time trying to say
Daredevil's another one,
where
right?
you're trying to stop a person from killing, proving that he doesn't kill, rather than not do that stuff. These guys, all those people that can't bother.
Okay,
It's wasted
so
time.
Zack Snyder's interpretation of Batman killing. Like, dislike?
Interpretation?
I mean, that's his interpretation.
Well, he has to say-
The dude
he has-
flat out murders people.
Yeah, he kills. That's what we said. He
flat
kills.
out- No.
I didn't.
Kill. I can understand self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand, okay, even accidental death. Driving the Batmobile into someone's head, okay, is murder.
That one is
Going to St.
look,
Martha Kent and
well,
deciding, hey, you
he's
know what?
extreme.
We spent too much
He's
time
extreme.
on the Batman stuff.
You-
But
You got that one when he what you call it, lassos the car and the car is doing the double flips all over
Yeah,
like
that's
these people
a
are
good one.
dead,
That's a
and then
good one.
the car bounces up and lands on this. I'm like, these guys are dead. There's no way these guys are walking out of this thing. But
it's
that's my
extreme.
point. He's killing
extreme.
though, but he's killing.
it's extreme.
Yeah.
He's killing. So
He's a
this is what this
he's
is what
a
I was gonna
murderer.
ask
I
you.
know.
He's right.
I'm not for it. But I'm just
I don't-
saying.
Wow.
No,
I'm not for it. But
Okay.
I'm saying
Oh, no,
to you-
hold on. I want to hear this.
I said, I'm
This is
not
what I
for
wanna
it,
hear
but I
this.
don't want to spend time trying to prove that he doesn't kill. That I think is a waste of time.
Oh,
But don't do those extreme things.
Because I don't. It's making it seem like it's like these polar opposites. Could Batman have gone through that scene? Okay.
No, I don't
done
know,
what he
but those-
needed to do without killing people? Yes.
Yeah.
The whole bottom line is that they wanted to show
I'm
Batman
not-
it being its extreme
but I'm not defending
as he is in
what's
the
happening
Arkham
in that.
video games. Okay. They stole those
Yeah.
scenes straight from the Arkham video games.
I've heard that.
And now I was having some conversation with this cat, and he was like, "No, it's okay, because that's who Batman is. Batman is a vigilante." I was like, "Wait a minute, Batman's a vigilante? I thought Batman was a superhero. I thought Batman was a hero. He had a code. No. That's cool. Batman has crossed just about every moral line that I can think of, with the except, I mean, he's dismembered, he's murdered. I mean, the only thing left is like, well, I won't even speak on that
Don't even
one.
say it on this.
Okay,
It's
but
a
at this
family
point, it's
program,
like,
people.
Well,
no,
I
and
don't-
then
I just
they
think-
have allowed that.
I didn't even
they allowed
notice-
that
I
character
didn't
to
even- I
have
wasn't even
such
noticing that
flexibility in
stuff,
terms of
though.
his morality.
But I didn't even
but
notice
he's still a
any of that.
hero. And the idea is like, oh, it's okay, he's a vigilante. But then, of course, we expect him to, the dude just flat out murdered people.
I thought at
And
the end where he
excuse
picks up-
after excuse was made
I thought
for
at the
him.
end where he uses the gun on one of the
that's
guys, I was like,
that's
whoa.
a Dark Knight. But that's a Dark Knight scene.
No, I'm not talking about that scene where
No,
you know he
no,
crashes through the wall.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when he comes through the floor and then he does the thing with the guns and the guns doesn't work and you know he's going around beating up the guys. Remember, they shot at him. He went pew pew pew. Some of the bullets ricocheted off his helmet.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He grabs one guy,
Yeah,
turns him
straight-
around, pow pow. I was
Yeah, that was-
like, I went, holy moly!
Well, I
was
know.
like,
Well, I didn't-
damn. I was
That's what
like,
I'm saying.
damn.
But
Everybody was cool.
I mean, the fight was hot because he got
Yeah.
stabbed and he was like, ah, and he took it back and stabbed the guy back. I was like, fuck,
So
this dude.
What do you think, guys, about
But
about Bruce Wayne? About Ben
I was going to
Affleck?
say there was
Ben
some bright
Affleck.
moments. There was some bright
What do you think
moments.
about
Was
Ben
there bright
Affleck?
moments?
There was some bright moments.
Let's go down the line. Ben Affleck. What do you guys think about?
He sleptwalked through that role.
It wasn't
he's getting
because-
so
How did
much
he
love.
sleptwalk?
He's getting
I think-
so much
I think
love.
he's
He's
gonna
getting
keep-
so much love for this role because he didn't screw it up. That's it. He didn't screw
Is he
it up.
Batman? Is he the new Batman? Will he have a franchise?
I like Christopher Nolan's take on Batman, and I like what's the guy? The guy
Tim
who played-
Burton?
No, what Tim Burton? Christopher Nolan and the guy who played
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale, thank you. I
Right.
like Christian Bale. I like the what you call the
God,
modulated
no,
voice, but I
terrible.
still like the Bat voice. You know what you call it?
Do you like Ben
that
Affleck?
voice?
Put it this way: Ben Affleck's take on Batman did not harm the movie. It was a bright spot in the movie.
What do you think?
I liked his 007 version when he was
I like
doing the
that.
007.
The Butler though is a little bit different. Alfred, I
strange.
don't know about him.
Well-
but I did like the
The 007.
Did you see Ben Affleck act in The Town?
yes. I did.
Mhm.
Okay, I thought he would channel more because that character's not too much different than what he needed to do here. I thought he would channel what he did from
know.
that performance. No,
I thought he would be a little different.
isolated character, grim, gritty, brooding. You can do the same. That's not too much different. The only
I
thing
can
is this
see
guy
it.
is in a
I can
building.
see
Zack Snyder is giving him direction.
So
on how to take
I said,
that.
look, I thought, okay, maybe he would channel a little bit more of that. What was your grade?
Superman is dead. That's an A. Honey, you're not watching this show. And the Batman movie, A. Lex
No,
Luthor, F.
Okay,
And
so
he's
that brings
Superman
your average to a B minus with an A and A and an F.
Yeah.
So you're the same. You're right over here with D.
I found it entertaining. There are huge holes in the story, but Zack Snyder, I think, pulled it off again contrary to all.
Oh no, he did not pull it off.
Wow.
He did not pull
If
this movie off.
530 million.
No, he
the
did
first
not pull it
weekend,
off. No, he did not pull it off.
Huge. People
It
were
doesn't
there.
mean anything.
The audience was
Look,
there.
because we all
The
wanted
audience
to
was
see
there.
it.
I'm not gonna
Because
let
we all
you.
wanted
I'm
to
not
see
gonna
it.
let you spin this, man. Okay, big business.
But he did
I'm
not pull
gonna
it
let you
off.
spin this. Did they have a big opening weekend?
Humongous.
Yes.
Not just a big. It's humongous. Worldwide record-setting.
You know where
in
he's
100
going.
I agree.
Followed
You know where he's
by a
going.
I agree.
worldwide
You know where he's going.
record
He broke a
setting
record. He
of
broke a
money
record.
dropping every single
records.
day.
It's still number one this
They
week.
came
It's
out
number
80
next
million
week.
on Friday. They came out, it was half that on Saturday. They came out even less on Sunday. It had the largest drop of any superhero film ever. And then the following weekend, which just went by, okay, they had an 81% drop in terms of revenue. They said, oh, wait a minute. Some of that was based on this other thing. Let's say, okay, let's take away that. It's still a 71% drop. So now you've got, this is your last weekend because now your competition is going to come in. Now you have Jungle Book coming up. And they're going to get spanked by Jungle Book. End of story. That's going to be a
I
crowd
don't
pleasing
know.
film.
I don't know.
That's next
I
weekend.
think-
Next
yeah.
weekend.
I don't think the
Jungle-
marketing push for Jungle Book was serious
Disney?
enough.
I think the families are going to go out
This
strong
film,
on that.
I don't
even in the
know.
international market, okay, is losing the films that were out for weeks already. In Japan, it was losing to a version of a film that's like the version of Garfield. Okay, the Japanese version of Garfield. It couldn't debut. It wasn't able to maintain number one there. In China, it was number 4 against films that have been out 3 or 4 weeks. So it wasn't like it's not like it's local to the United States or North America. Internationally, it's not been able to maintain its audience. Deadline said that these guys need to make $925 million before they see a dime of profit. Why? Because that was their expense. They spent $250 million for their production, and they continued to spend money on their marketing. They were even releasing new clips to try to get people to come back in. So now you did 700, and the reason why you don't see these guys coming out, yeah, we did 700 million, we did 720 million, is because they still don't have any money back.
I totally disagree. I've been watching, if you've
I
been
don't
watching
think
the
so.
Bloomberg and if you've been watching Forbes, they're going to make their money back. They may not all be back in the film.
Yeah,
but
they're going to make their money back from the film and the marketing
but it was-
and the
this is a huge-
merchandising.
this is a
They'll make
huge-
their money back
They're
that
close.
way.
They're already close
Yeah.
to $1 billion
Yeah,
already.
they're
They're close.
You know, it's going to
They'll make their money.
Okay.
They'll make their
You know
money
what?
already. If they've
We will
already
be
made a
back for another
profit.
Spinner Rack show, and in that another Spinner Rack show, we will see if they make the money. If they make
All I
the
gotta
money,
say, he was wrong about the opening. He was
Yeah,
wrong
he
about
was.
the record opening.
I was
He
wrong
didn't
about
think-
the opening.
He didn't think he was gonna make not
let's see if
500
I'm wrong
or
about
something.
this one.
You know, you're just splitting ends now.
No.
So listen, overall,
What a way to cut it off.
925 million before they see a dime of profit.
but think about what you're saying.
They're
We're talking
looking
about
at a
it makes so much money.
220
Think about this.
All right,
It
They
makes
all
spent
so much
400
money.
some odd
They already
million
made
So much
to make 200.
Still, you're just nitpicking.
Nope.
If you look at the numbers,
think so.
any
Nope.
film that
Sorry,
made
big business.
$900 million.
Look at his face. He knows I'm right.
Come on.
Look at his face. He knows.
Zach, baby, you did a good job.
He knows I'm right.
Okay?
He
Could've
knows the
been better,
numbers.
but
He knows
it's a
that
good
D may
job.
not know the numbers, as he said, he's not into the metadata.
Yeah, I'm not.
But he knows the numbers, and he knows I'm right. Look at him. Look at him. Go look at the yeah, exactly. Trying to be sexy for the camera. You know you.
Lord.
Don't listen to big business, okay? Don't get spun. Don't
Wait a
drink the
second.
Go see the
Kool-Aid.
movie.
That can't be the end of every episode.
925 million before it's
Don't
even
listen to
profit.
Big
Maybe this one is. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, question. Would you recommend anyone to see this movie?
Hell no.
Yeah, I would.
I wouldn't.
Hell no.
I
I
would.
would.
I think it's a very
I
important.
would.
I wouldn't.
I have a friend of mine who hasn't seen the movie yet, and he said he's been kind of weary because his friends are saying, some are saying that. And I was like, nah, go see the movie for yourself, then you make your determination. I was
Man,
like,
you lost
if
that
you
friend,
want-
man.
If you want to see a
Lost him.
movie,
nah.
How can you do that to him?
if this is your friend, why would you tell them to pay to see
the
this?
reason because, as I've said, the movie wasn't as bad as it could have been, but it was kept me. That scene that we talked about, remember from the trailer, we were talking about, he comes down into the courtroom. How is he going to hide his Clark Kent persona, his identity? And Zach blew me away. That was a bright spot
What?
in the movie with the guy exploding and
Yeah.
blowing up.
No,
the,
that was
Oh, nah, sorry, dog.
Great plan.
Nah, sorry, dog.
What do you got
Nah,
Holly
sorry,
Hunter
dog.
for?
Nah,
Hold on.
Why you got
sorry,
Holly
dog.
Hunter in there?
Sorry.
Like
Wait,
Kobe
wait,
Hold on, the
Bryant.
Holly Hunter
wait a
thing.
second, wait a
The
second,
Holly
wait a
Hunter
second, wait a
thing.
second.
I did not see that coming.
How many times?
I did not
Oh,
see
How
that
many
coming.
times? How many times?
That's
I knew it because I
terrible.
read the script already. It was online. How many times? How many times did you see this movie?
4.
You would pay to see this movie 4 times?
Yeah, I probably would pay for it
I
3
would pay
times.
4
Yeah.
times.
You making a
No, he
legit?
does not make a legit
No,
point.
he makes a
No,
legit
no,
point.
no.
His
We're not
legit
gonna
point
do that.
is that if you're paying money, your expectations to receive something entertaining and quality back from the money that you're spending. Remember, especially if you're not going by yourself, you're spending at least $40. Okay, and you sit there and you go, "The hell am I watching?" You're gonna be like, "Oh man, I'm not paying to see this movie again." Counter is the person who didn't see it. and is like just chilling at home, going like, let me see this, right? And going like, you know what? I didn't pay any money. And I see your point. I see your point. Your point is not didn't fall on deaf ears, sir. I see your point. I can
see that point, but you know what? By you seeing the movie and liking it, the likelihood of you seeing the next movie is higher.
Put it this way: that scene, which was in the bright spot, when we talked about from the trailer,
that was not a bright spot.
Nah,
besides
I'm telling
the explosion.
Not because
and the light
I wanted to
from
see what they were going to do. Because like, how are they going to stop this guy's face being seen? And I did not see the explosion or that place getting blown up. And I was like, oh shucks, they covered it. But here's where the Achilles heel, they shot themselves in the foot.
Okay, you can
Lois, hold on, Lois was outside. I was like, why is Lois outside? She's a reporter, reporting on when he's supposed to. She was supposed to be inside. But because they can't kill her off, she gets caught out there being late. And now she's with the public. And I was like, nah.
The Batman Superman fight. I always say, look, just take him out. And just take this out quickly and just be done with it. Everybody says,
Batman should have done.
Everybody always says, you know what? No. He doesn't want to harm Batman. He doesn't want to harm Batman.
What do you mean Batman?
Go back to that opening sequence, okay? Because we had that. What is it? We had the stereotypical African Muslim terrorist who had Lois Lane in the yoke, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was holding on to him,
And
then
she like,
decided-
mm-hmm.
Superman was able to grab this guy, not harm her, and then according to him, he didn't kill him, even though he flew
Through the wall. I was like, whoa, how the hell you not
So
kill
you're
that
telling
cat?
me he could do that with someone who is unarmed without any protection, but he couldn't stop Batman with super speed and just say, look, shut this down. I need your help. My mom is being tracked. Or even better, since he can hear Lois anywhere on the planet and save her, you couldn't find your mother who was in the same damn
It was
city.
hard.
Okay,
Nice point. Too
I
much Lois Lane. No, you don't have to stop. Too much
We
Lois
have to
Lane.
disagree on this.
Too much Lois Lane for me in this movie. She was all over the place. She was in everything,
Oh, and
especially
getting the
the staff. I was like, stop!
Going back,
Oh yeah, and then, oh my gosh! She's rescuing me, and then he can't get out of it. Then I gotta rescue. What you call it? You know what that reminded me of?
No.
Karate Kid 3, where Miyagi. You know what you call it?
Oh, God, that's really bad.
No, Miyagi had they went back to the village. Miyagi and his friend.
that's two.
That's
Oh,
two.
two? Oh yeah, Miyagi and his friend. They gotta reconcile. They gotta reconcile this gripe over him. So he falls down, and the guy's he falls down, and the guy rescues Miyagi. Then the guy gets hurt within the same scene, and then Miyagi goes out and rescues him. And I'm like, you're kidding me. That just happened. The guy was just hurt. How is he now rescuing Miyagi? That's just what I mean. Lois is just drowning. How is she rescuing Superman? How does this happen, man?
But no, they had to have the bunch of
No,
fake deaths.
he
They had another
picked up
fake
the
death.
he picked up the spear, didn't he, and fly into the what you call it,
then he was-
Doomsday.
But then he was struggling
Afterwards,
to come out, right?
how is he struggling to come out the water? Isn't he flying with the spear? Doesn't he fly with the spear? Do you understand what I'm saying
Yes,
to you?
yes.
If he's flying with the spear afterwards,
Even better.
if he's flying with the spear afterwards, how is he?
He's able to fly with his spear.
Now look at this. How is he struggling to pull this out the water? He's
able to fly
floating
with
there.
the spear.
He's gonna drown. And I was like, what's going on
Because they
here?
can't have Superman say, here, Wonder Woman, stab him. I can't do it.
My
'cause I
thing
have
is,
Because they
Superman."
can't kill him.
here's Perry White. Oh, Perry, the story's over there. Go ahead, Perry. Go ahead, Lois. Take this helicopter and go over into the danger area. I'm like, what are you doing? What is this part of the story?
He's flying with the spear. This was the same spear that he couldn't fight against with Batman. He had no strength, no power whatsoever, but he can still fly with this thing to go.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem with that setup. Here's the problem with that setup because the premise is so thin. Because now you got to have a reason for them to fight. Now I don't have a problem with them fighting, but make it something plausible that we're gonna be behind. Civil
Wait,
War
you
is
were not behind. Whoa, this guy is acting like a god. And he's trying to destroy the city.
dude. It's all based upon Lex's plan to get them
Of
together.
course, but that's a great idea.
No, you know why?
What are you talking about?
Here's a problem with
He set
that.
him up.
Here's twofold. If Lex is setting both of them up, because remember he's talking about mailing them the information and the pictures, then he knows Bruce Wayne's identity.
Of course he did.
And then he knows
course he
Superman. So why would you need to have Superman? You just, like you did, provide Bruce Wayne and off him. He's not expecting you to know
He
who
has
he
to
is.
do it with finesse, baby. Finesse.
Oh come on! You know who these guys are.
Yeah.
You know who these guys are, and you know Bruce Wayne is not invulnerable. You can kill him. You can kill this guy anytime.
I don't think
Superman
the
knows
biggest-
that Bruce Wayne is Batman, and for some reason he
That was
decides.
like I said another bright spot when
He
he's
decided-
hearing the Alfred's
Yeah,
communication.
that was-
I thought was cool. But anyway,
Hold on. My question, I think the biggest hole in all of this is the dark side. Why call dark side?
I don't say he called Darkseid. Darkseid, he was like, Darkseid is coming. The bells are coming. I'm like,
But
this
I'm
guy's
saying,
crazy now.
It's like he called Darkseid. It's too late. It's like everything is already coming.
Hey, if he's calling Darkseid,
The answer
then
is it's a bad movie.
It's a bad
poor,
script.
It's a poor script.
it's the script is
Okay.
bad.
No movie and
Movie.
The movie is
Script.
entertaining. The script is what? No, this
Score.
I
entertaining.
feel like there's a Miller's
Millions of people have
Then
seen
it goes up the sign
Millions of
just to
people have
fight.
watched this
And
movie
they-
throughout the world.
Millions of people have watched this film, and
And-
millions more are not coming back.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Zack Snyder can't do the Justice League.
He's already
well,
written the script, I think.
Uh,
He's not going to be directing it. but
Oh,
he's gonna
I
write the
hope
script.
not.
The script isn't finished. When did they finish the script?
I still thought he was helming it.
No,
He was
they're
writing-
still working. That script is being produced as they're filming.
All I can tell you is that there's so
Yes.
many,
Am I supposed
there's
to do
too
the
many
script before
holes
they
in this
do-
movie.
No, they do that
too
all
many
the time.
holes.
They can do scripts as they film. They can do all the action sequences now because the action sequences just
CGI.
He can do that all himself. You don't really need a script to script out the action sequences. You just need to do the fight here, and then he can do all that himself, and then they can work on the other. They can work on.
But
the
to get
actual
to that
acting.
fight, that last fight, one thing I will say I agree with you on, which I said they should have
Doomsday
done.
fight?
No, not the Doomsday
The
fight. It was
Batman.
terrible.
Batman fight.
The Batman Superman thing there it was when he comes to Batman. He's like Batman, and of course Batman does something, right? Something that he can't hear him.
Shoot him with gas.
Well, whatever.
Yeah,
no, the
it's-
gas pellet didn't come yet. Here's the part. Yo, Batman does something. Remember, he knocks Batman back, right? You don't need to do that. Yo, hey Batman, my mother is in danger.
Yeah, that's what he gave
Hey
him
mother,
for.
my mother's
Yeah.
in danger. That's it.
He's
Hey,
not- he
Batman,
captured
he
her.
can't. If
No.
he can't move him,
He's like,
hey Batman, my mother's in danger. Don't listen. My mother's in danger. I mean, that's how
he said
minute.
Martha.
Yeah, Martha. Exactly. You can hear
Why
all
would you
that?
say Martha? What? No.
But he put
He
too
said
much.
Bruce.
He
That
put too
didn't
much.
work.
He put too much Dark Knight in there. But here's the other
But
thing
it
about
was a
that
Dark
fight
Knight
that was
movie.
too
How many times have
fun.
we talked about
Here's
it?
the other
A
thing that was-
Batman universe, Superman's just flying around in that baby. Just flying around.
Here's the other thing that was funny about that fight though, which was somebody said online, say, hey, you know, he gets hit with the kryptonite pellet, right? Well, the one cool scene was when Batman was punching him, and then all of a sudden his weren't can't affect him. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Right? I'm gonna give you that, Zach. I'm gonna give you that, Zach. But somebody said online, it's like, okay. Is he gonna fall for the kryptonite and the pellet gun again? Again? 2 times? 2 times? And
we all know Superman is
but the
back
second
with it.
time,
He
but the
ran
second
into
time,
it.
but the second time he has so much time. I was
Yes.
like, why doesn't Superman just move over there with super speed at this point? Because at
Super
this point,
speed, heat vision.
at this
Jump to
point,
the next
he
floor.
can
But
avoid
he's
the
not
gas.
that he's
Hold
not
your
that
breath.
He's not that
Just hold your breath, dude. I mean, why do you need to breathe?
You don't even need to hold your breath. You got super breath. Just blow it away from you.
Yeah, you can blow it. I mean, you don't need to breathe. But he's so fast. By the time he pulls his gun, that second time he can be
He's like an old man.
Yo, I
That man
was,
is on his back. He looked like an old
yeah,
man.
I was surprised. I was like, he's gonna fall. But somebody said that online had
I'm
me
not
rolling.
gonna stay here. And
You gonna fall for the
it's
kryptonite and the
insulting.
gun? What was it?
It's
You gonna
insulting.
fall for the banana and the tailpipe? You gonna fall
not-
for the banana and the tailpipe
we're not
twice?
gonna fall for the banana and the
tailpipe. Like twice?
Money, do you have anything else constructive to say about this movie?
I have nothing constructive to say. It was just a bad movie, and I'm still struggling with the dream sequence.
Oh, the dream sequence
one
makes
is
no
gonna
sense.
be-
It make no
It
It
sense.
doesn't make any
Make
sense when
no
that guy
sense.
comes out of there and he's like,
Make no
he's
sense.
telling him to go kill Superman.
This much I-
like, why?
No, he said.
Yeah, flashes. Yeah.
She's the key.
She's the key.
She's the key.
No, he said kill. He said kill.
Yeah.
He said kill him. He said kill him. He said you were right. He is the
Yeah.
key. He
I
said
didn't
Lois
know-
is the key. Kill him. He says that.
He didn't say who. He just said kill him.
He said Lois is the key. You were right. No, he said not kill him. Spare him. Spare him.
Right.
He said
Oh
spare
my
him.
God.
No, spare her, right?
No, spare him.
Spare her.
Spare him, like the spare.
And he
The
said-
dream sequence
yeah.
make no sense.
Yeah.
The one in the desert.
'Cause that
I
one
was
was
like,
a
what is
Because
this?
the world has been taken over and Batman is trying to survive.
Oh my gosh,
because
that thing
Superman
made
is-
no
Why are you making
sense.
sense of nonsense?
No,
you don't
I'm
have
saying-
to do it.
I'm saying that's
You
the deal
don't.
breaker.
It doesn't make any sense.
It
It
You can
sets
still-
up
you can
for the
still like the
future.
movie.
It sets it up for the
D
future.
thought the film was entertaining.
It was entertainment.
And he's not trying to make. He's not trying to make sense of the stuff that doesn't make sense. He's entertaining it. He's accepting it for what it is.
I didn't find it outrageous. I thought it was.
Oh, you're kidding me. That thing was
I thought-
that's straight up bonkers. Why is Bruce dreaming? Why is he dreaming? I don't get this.
Because he
I remember
was
what,
touched by the
I
tube.
remember what starts off the dream. He puts in the chip that Wonder Woman had, and all of a sudden, and I'm like,
okay.
how did this chip ignite a dream
It wasn't the
sequence?
chip. The guy came through time and space, contacted him, and then knocked him out.
Are you kidding me, man?
Yeah, I'm not,
This,
He has two
this much I can
dreams.
say-
I'm
this
not
much
being
I
an
can say for the
apologist. I'm
film.
just trying to explain to you.
I think overall,
He comes through time and space, and
there
he
was
wakes
no one
up.
else but
because
Zack
he wakes
Snyder
up.
who could have done this film. Because I don't know anybody else with the amount of time that they had, the funds that they had, would have accepted this project and said, look, yeah, I think I can get this done. They said, no, I probably would have needed to do this. I probably would have needed to do that. This film definitely, like Kevin Smith said, it definitely suffered from not having a middle, of having a film here to lead to this one so they could answer. So they didn't have to jam everything in here so they could go with the next
They
one.
didn't even have to jam. What I thought it suffered from was too much Dark Knight. And to me, that was a problem. Shoehorning the Dark Knight into this movie. This movie could have been this movie could have been cool with a plausible script. But when you try to shoehorn one movie element or one story element to try and make it fit for this thing, and matter of fact, it's not just one, it's two. Death of Superman as well as in this. Makes no sense. And, and the other movie, which was not the other movie, the other comic strip, which was that Justice League. What was it called? The Jim Lee thing they're called with the Darkseid thing. What was it called? The first Justice League thing there, because it was they did the animation.
Justice League War.
Justice League War. Now 3 ideas cramming to fit this idea, and it's like, well, Justice League War summarizes, getting the Justice League together, but you're trying to get them together by making Batman and Superman fight. Now he's like, okay. Dark Knight does that. But there's 2 different... Look, if this movie was The Dark Knight Returns, Zack Snyder, you the man. You got me. Because that was The Dark Knight Returns.
This is what you failed to understand.
But
this is The Dark Knight Returns 3. You know what I'm trying to say? With Superman flying all around it. You know what I'm trying to say? Once you understand that...
Do you get tired of saying the same nonsense?
All right, it's a
Nobody
Batman
believes you.
world, baby. It's a Batman world, Superman. Once you get that, because it's not called Superman versus Batman. It's called what?
I don't know. It's called
Batman versus Superman. So the world, the universe, stop looking through those cherry eyes that you're looking, hey, this is what Superman should do or shouldn't do. No, it's not happening. This is a different
You
world.
can go to our website for the off-camera ass whipping. It was just bad. It was just
Yeah,
that first half an hour.
The
That
story
first
was
half an hour for
terrible.
me. That's where he had the opportunity to try to bring me in because I just thought it was boring. I didn't think.
I didn't find him. That's the other thing I
I just
wanted
thought
to
it was
address.
boring.
I thought it was suspenseful. I thought the lead up
Nah.
had me. I think he had me. He didn't.
The score, it was so plotting. It was lurching
Nah,
from
I thought the
scene to
movie.
scene.
I thought the movie
At
was
one point, I had to
suspenseful.
force myself. At one point, I had to force myself to pay attention to it. I said, you know what? No, give it a fair shot. Because at one point, I was on my phone. I was just listening to it, and I was like, no. You know what? Come on, watch the whole thing. And I'm looking at it, and I was like, you know what? No, this is. I was like, good grief! It's Man of Steel all over again. It's just unraveling. The further it goes on, there's no cohesivity. He starts off with his own premise and doesn't want to even answer it himself when it comes down to it.
Put it this way. I thought in my opinion, like I said, I'm going to address that. I thought the movie was suspenseful. I thought it was a different approach to doing a superhero movie, which I thought was interesting because he didn't have a lot of action up front. He didn't have a lot of action in the middle. He's building, right? He gives you a little taste here with the Batman reveal with the people with the girls in the in the cage. Then he has the Batman chase and a little bit of that. So he's giving you pieces of it. But of course, we're waiting for the finale, which is Batman v Superman, and he builds to that. He gets you going. But his steps. That's what I was just about. His steps to that are huge and just way out of like left field. But he gets to it. He builds up the suspense to it. But he builds the suspense to me. He gets me going.
The penultimate moment for Batman to say, look, he's got to take Superman out is when the Capitol is blown up. But it's on TV, and they say, look, Superman had nothing to do with it. This guy came and bombed it. Batman takes that as his moment. No, I got to go get this guy. So now we got the CrossFit. Now we got him making the pellets. I'm like, wait a minute. You want to take him out because somebody else did this? I was like, that made no sense whatsoever.
It didn't make no sense, and that was my problem with it. That I'm saying,
And
if the script was reading that Batman is seeing Superman as the problem where all of these things react from him, then I can see you saying, okay, we gotta take you out, we gotta remove you from this equation because people are responding to you in a negative way, where people want to kill you or destroy you, blah blah blah, and you're causing destruction. Like the city, right? It's not your fault directly, but because you're trying to save the city, all of this destruction and hell is being caused from this fight. So if you're seeing it from that point of view, just like the guy with the legs cut off, he sees Superman that way. I'm like, yeah, that's how Bruce Wayne should be seeing Batman. Not as the enemy, but his actions is causing all these problems. That's causing all this, devastation.
You don't see that? I could have sworn I saw
No,
that.
that's not. No, the dude was like,
I was
no,
too busy
he's the
watching
problem.
I was too busy watching the CrossFit to say, what the hell does this have to do with anything? You're going to
It's
be
the
wearing a
montage,
suit.
baby. Every
You're gonna be
movie has
wearing
to have a
suit. You're going to be
montage.
wearing a suit of armor anyway. It doesn't matter how many pull-ups you can do.
The montage,
He
baby.
needs to be able to move and then.
In a suit of armor?
Yeah.
Oh, the kick was crazy. I thought the kick with the
armor?
armor was crazy. I thought it was terrible. I was like, what? Why are you kicking? What does that
Okay,
mean?
I think we've digressed.
No, we haven't digressed.
I think the movie.
Like I said,
not
the
us.
movie was entertaining, but there were hells.
Compañero, tengo
Hells.
hambre. Me voy.
You keep bringing it back up. If you would just say the movie was okay, then we can move
Me
forward.
voy.
Alright. Well, I'm done talking
Well,
about it.
Iraq, once again, we've had a slight difference of opinion on whether this was a great movie or not. Please.
One man alone. There's one
No, it was
man
entertaining.
alone.
It was entertaining. It's
This
just
one is on the
the
fence.
story was not good, but it was entertaining.